we have shown the ability to completely transform our working practices in a way which we would never have thought would be viable. Those companies that have the best IT resilience are going to be the winners here.
Why can't I come together with my colleagues who are more local in a hub kind of environment in a secondary or tertiary city or town? So, you know, we're us in the flex industry, that's really, you know, my world, are really expecting to see in the future some growth in some of those secondary and tertiary markets. Hopefully in the longer term, as people perhaps use their head office locations differently.
And I think people's view of personal space could change fundamentally post this period, which will impact, you know, spacing of desks, things like that, Helena, that, you know, we always have to look at. We think potentially the new prime may no longer be office in London. It could end up being industrial and logistics in about 18 months' time. That journey was already starting anyway because of the attractiveness of office, the attractiveness of Amazon and, you know, internet shopping and online. But we think this is just going to reinforce that curve of demand for industrial logistics, and also industrial logistics which is also multi-purpose and flexible, given effectively the need somehow during an epidemic to be able to reuse space, for example, for biochemicals, things like that. So we think that there's going to be a continued surge of this market. Could it become the new prime? Big question. So our final thoughts, and we thought a lot about what we were going to say is, you know, what definite things would we back in terms of going forward. We think remote working will become a more permanent feature of all our lives now. I think people will demand it. Exactly as Helena mentioned earlier, we're going to find a bit more time in our day, and we're going to not want to give up that time unless we think we need to. We think therefore there'll be higher levels of technology in terms of investment in Wi-Fi, you know, all the accelerated, you know, broadband services. We think that will have to become a huge element of investment in national infrastructure. We think grocery shopping will become more and more online. It was already very popular online, but now I'd say most people are doing it if they can. So online grocery shopping will just carry on surging. We think there'll be a shift towards onshoring in global supply chains, which will require us to have more logistics sites in the UK. And we also think that there'll be less demand for travel going forward. It might help with sustainability and climate change. So that was our sort of big thoughts in terms of what we think could change, but would welcome many more, and I'm sure there's lots we've missed and lots that will come out.